Okay, so here we go, guys. Number one, okay, we're gonna graph a piecewise function. So let's say you have f of x. Now, I'm gonna direct my attention to those that were absent, okay? So in the past, you would just have this. You would have like, okay, absolute value of x plus 3 minus 1. That would be it. You would have one equation, okay? The difference with piecewise functions is we don't have just one equation. We have pieces of equations. So we have multiple equations. We can have 2, 3, 4, 5. So on this one, we're going to have this one too. So this one function is made up of two equations. All right. Now, they come with domain restrictions. So they'll say like this: if x is less than 0, and then this one says if x is greater or equal to 0. Those are called domain restrictions, which basically they tell us, I want this piece of that one and that piece of this one. Okay, I call those, just to communicate easily, the cuts. That's how you cut those pieces. Okay. Now, I'm going to do one problem of evaluation for those guys that were absent. Okay, and if you were here, just to see if you remember. So let's say I did the f of -1. Please pay a lot of attention, especially if you're absent, Freddie. So I say usually you plug in that -1 into that equation. Okay? But now you have two equations, so how do you know which one to plug it into? And that comes from the cuts, from the domain restrictions. Is like if you put this -1 in here and in here, is -1 less than 0, or is -1 greater than 0? Which one's true? Less than 0 or greater than 0? Less than 0. And so that means you're going to plug in -1 into this one, not into that one. That's how you pick. That makes sense? Yeah. Okay. So we would say absolute value of -1 plus 3 absolute value minus 1. That's how you decide where to plug it into. And so if I add those two, that's just 2. We haven't gone over absolute value together, but all you do is absolute value of a number just turns it positive. So if it's already positive, it just stays positive. So it's just a 2. Had it been a -2, it would have turned into a positive 2. And so 2 minus 1 is just 1. Okay, I only have time to do one of those, guys, for those of you that were absent. Do you have any questions?
So you just keep breaking it down?
Yeah, you just solve it. You just once you plug it in, you just compute the numbers. But the more important part is, did it make sense to you how to pick between the two? That's the main part. Okay. Once you know how to pick, then you just pick that. That's what you missed Friday. Okay. Questions, guys? Okay, so let me separate this little